Hey guys, welcome back to the Pop Culture Perspective. In today's episode, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing something fun. We're going to be ranking all the Star Wars films.
All 11 of them?
Yep.
We're not including the Clone Wars movie.
Yeah, no.
That's the count.
That's like Clone Wars episodes. We don't need to count it as a movie.
Yeah.
So just all 11 live action ones. From worst to best.
Yeah.
Prepare yourselves, because I'm sure we're both going to say some outlandish things. Especially him. Based on the last episode, I wouldn't be surprised if he... I don't know. You'll probably have Last Jedi number 1.
Number 1.
That's
you
how
wish.
messed up you are.
You wish. Alright, for my worst one, of all of them,
Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
The worst one, I have that as number 11.
I think... That's a very popular opinion. I think a lot of people agree with you. I don't agree with you.
Wait, okay, what's your number 11?
My number 11 is Return of the Jedi.
You're so... Are you serious? No way! Return of the Jedi.
That is
It's your worst one.
the worst one of all of them. I stand by that wholeheartedly.
Now that is your that is your biggest hot take. That is out. No, are you saying Rise of Skywalker is
Better.
better than
Every movie that's not Return of the Jedi is better than Return of the Jedi.
Why? Why?
Okay, I understand that everyone loves that movie, but that's nostalgia talking. I beg all of you to go back and watch that movie now with modern expectations and modern standards and tell me how boring it is, how dated it feels. It's meant to be like the ultimate climax to the original trilogy, you know?
And does a fantastic
They
job.
spend like an hour in a fucking forest with fucking little village people. What the fuck?
What, you did like the Ewoks?
No, I didn't like the Ewoks.
You're ridiculous.
If they were in it for like 10 minutes, I could bear with the Ewoks. But they're like a big fucking plot point. Like, they all get fucking kidnapped by these little fucking cuddly bears. And then these fucking bears, like, defeat the Empire. Like, what the fuck's going on? That's not a fucking good conclusion to a serious trilogy. Oh, we're just gonna get a bunch of little fucking drop bears, and they're just gonna like have spears and like boulders that swing from
You're
trees.
no.
And that's gonna take out like walkers, troopers, everything. It's believable. It's believable. That's what they want us to think.
Yeah, they use guerrilla tactics like the Rebellion does anyway.
Yeah, but
They do hit and run tactics like the
they're
Rebellion.
like actual people with blasters, not fucking little bears with spears. There's a difference.
Is that seriously why you don't like it? Just
It's
that?
not just that.
Okay,
But
how
yeah,
about, how about the whole like Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker and like the throne room?
That's the only redeeming quality of that film.
You didn't like the space battle at the end?
No, because it's a space battle from 40 years ago. When you watch it now, it just doesn't hold up. A lot of the like effects in that movie, the green screens, just don't hold up. They've aged really poorly, I think.
I think
And
that's
on top of that, because it's, you know, they tell stories a little differently 40 years ago, I just find it really boring. Like, I was
tell it
rewatching
better.
it and I was falling asleep.
they tell it better.
No.
I think that's the biggest difference between me and you. I like all the older stuff.
Yeah.
And you're this modern fucking weirdo.
Modern's better. I don't know what
It's
to
just
say.
not though. I feel like I don't need to go a reason why Rise of Skywalker just sucks ass. Like there's just so much bad in it
Yeah.
that I feel like to describe it, that's ridiculous. It is terrible. Lightsaber fights are bad. The stupid dagger thing it shows the Death Star. Why is the Death Star part so far away from Endor? Did it go to hyperdrive or some shit? Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
And then what? The dagger somehow locates where... What? The dagger was stupid. All the characters were done poorly. Like, the stupid they fly now. You know that part?
Yeah,
It's like the first time they've seen troopers use jetpacks before. If I remember correctly, they've been using jetpacks since the Clone Wars.
yeah.
Like,
And like, that's the best dialogue they could write for it.
I know.
And like with Palpatine, you know, somehow
Oh.
Palpatine has returned.
So our intelligence say somehow he returned. What did Palpatine just go on walk into a fucking movie theater or something?
Yeah.
And it's just like watching a movie. Everyone's like, I think that's Palpatine.
Like,
I want to know who the spy is.
I know, like Kylo Ren barely found this place where Palpatine
Kylo had to
was.
get the holocron
Yeah.
thing, and then had to travel through it, and like
But some little like not Imperial, rebel spy could just find them, no issue.
it's terrible.
And yeah, I think like dialogue wise, it's probably like the worst writing.
It's the worst
in
writing.
any Star Wars film.
Writing, action, plot. What the fuck? Nothing makes sense, and like it's such a bad movie to end off. You know, a 6th movie, like a saga.
Yeah.
That's the end of the Skywalker saga.
Yeah,
Like, it's not the end of the reboot trilogy.
Yeah.
It's the end of the saga, which I think hurts it so much and is so disappointing.
yeah, people had higher expectations
Yeah.
for the stakes of that movie, and it just didn't really deliver.
Fucking terrible. Anyway, you're wrong, but that's fine.
No.
Okay, so what's your number 10?
Okay, number 10. No one's gonna like this one either. A New Hope.
Oh my god! No way!
Now, I put it above Return of the Jedi just because I find the story to be more interesting than Return of the Jedi. I like all the stuff with Obi-Wan and like Luke learning his powers, meeting Han Solo.
So why did you put it so
I like
low?
how it's like it's a slower paced Star Wars movie,
Yeah.
which is why I put it above Return of the Jedi, because it's like half the movie's on Tatooine, half the movie's on the Death Star. That's it. But that's just about all the good that I can say about that movie. I understand that it was the start of Star Wars. They didn't have a huge budget.
This
And
guy.
it was, 45 years ago. But it just, watching it now, I just can't do it. I actually can't do it.
I'm
bad.
just about to quit the pod, honestly. That is ridiculous. No, that is stupid.
It's not stupid.
You're so munted.
It's like, it's not good. It's not good at all.
so fucked.
I completely stand by that opinion. I don't think anyone could change my mind on that. It's not a good movie. It's boring. It's a boring movie.
Fucking hell. Fuck me. Well, for my number 10, I put Phantom Menace.
That's a little bit...
No, it's not.
No, it is.
No,
It is.
no, it's not.
What
is good about it?
So much is good about
Like?
it. Like, it's the first time you get to see, like, the actual Republic.
And it looks bad.
What do you mean it looks bad?
Phantom Menace.
No.
It's bad.
You get Qui-Gon, one of the best Jedi in all of Star Wars. You get Darth Maul, one of the most fun villains in all of Star Wars. You get the introduction, a young Obi-Wan, a young Anakin. You get Yoda when he's not a little, like, creep hiding in a forest. You get to see Coruscant for the first time, Naboo. So many fun locations.
And the CGI is bad.
Okay.
The droids are bad. The story is bad. Darth Maul, he's only good at the very end of the movie. As soon as he gets introduced, I'm like, I don't care about this tattooed motherfucker.
Well, you're just fucking tripping. How do you see a character that looks like Darth Maul and not be interested and intrigued?
Because he's not in it.
But the second you see him, you said, "Oh, I don't care about this tattooed motherfucker." How can you not care when he looks as cool as he does? He's one of the best designed characters in Star Wars.
Nah.
In anything.
No way, no.
Yes.
That is ridiculous.
And then you've got a dual bladed lightsaber.
Like, his only redeeming quality of him. He's a bad character,
for a character that's in the movie for like 10 minutes and
He's only good.
That's
He's
it.
only good
he
in
made
5
a pretty
minutes.
lasting impression, I would say.
He's only good in 5 minutes of that movie, and that's when he's fighting Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon.
He only needs to be good for 5 minutes of the movie. He's one of the most memorable characters in Star Wars.
Not
Even
for the
if he was
Phantom
never-
Menace, though.
even if he was never
Not
in-
for the Phantom Menace.
Yes.
No, he was
Yes.
more. He's memorable from Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
I hadn't watched Clone Wars or Rebels until this year, and I still found Darth Maul to be a very memorable character and impactful. And that was only from seeing him in a post-credit scene of Solo for 3 seconds and The Phantom Menace. So I would dare say that he did a pretty good job.
Yeah, but you also say Return of the Jedi is a bad movie, so
I stand by
your
it.
opinion doesn't matter.
I stand by it wholeheartedly.
But the story, I don't like the story. Seeing little Anakin, I mean, I just didn't really care that much.
Now, if your reason for not liking it was the Gungans and Jar Jar Binks, I'd happily...
I'd
happily
I was
jump on
gonna
that-
break that off as the
jump
next
on that with
point.
you.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
That was scary. Like that whole, and it's worse because it's like you see a big Gungan versus droid fight, and both of them just look terrible.
Yeah.
Like on screen, it looked bad. It looked really bad.
Yeah.
Like it's I just
The only good, cool part about the Gungans was like their like underwater city, but even
Yeah.
that didn't look that good. So
I only
it's
like the
like
part
ruined.
when they're like traveling to the underwater city and all those big monsters, like
Yeah.
all the big fish and stuff.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That, and then seeing the Gungan like city,
Mm.
just like when they first see it, it's like, oh damn, that looks cool. But then once they're in it, it's like, okay, nah, what? Okay, something doesn't look right here. The budget fell.
Yeah.
But like little Anakin, I just didn't like. Padme, I didn't like either. Anakin, Padme, I didn't like.
Okay, you gotta like Qui-Gon though.
I
Sure.
do like Qui-Gon. I don't really like Obi-Wan
Oh,
in
you're
it,
fucked. You are fucked.
but I don't hate him. Like I prefer him later on. That's the thing. I don't like his beginning. I don't like him in the first one, but in the second and third, I think he's a lot better.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't agree with you, but okay.
Yeah, well, screw you. All right. But yeah, that's why I put it as number 10.
Okay. What do you have for number 9?
A Solo Story.
Now that I can understand.
Yeah.
It's not a bad movie,
It's not, but
but like for when you're ranking the Star Wars films, it feels very like unimportant.
but for a movie that's like it's one of the most iconic characters in all of Star Wars,
Yeah.
and like his like it's iconic, but they do it so poorly. They do him dirty. You
Yeah,
know?
they didn't really do
They didn't do anything
his character
really.
justice.
Like
Lando was more interesting in that movie than
yeah,
Han Solo was, which shouldn't happen.
probably the only part I like about that entire movie was the train heist,
Yeah,
because that was cool, and like I liked like the snowtroopers
yeah,
in that. They look dope as balls, and there's that whole sequence. Like I feel that's where the budget went to, and they really focused on it, and it was good. But like after that, like it didn't, like those the Raiders, like the Outriders or whatever they're called.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. It wasn't that.
they felt like, and I feel bad for the actress because she was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The Falcon and Winter Soldier, the main chick, the villain in that movie.
Yeah, yeah.
She played the main villain in the Solo movie.
She's not having a good run.
Yeah. And both of her characters are basically a group of people that are trying to give back to the poor. Like, no joke, they're the exact same characters, and I'm sorry, but they're still not good characters.
They're not good in either.
I feel so bad for her, but...
And not to mention with Solo, the whole setup at the end with like Emilia Clarke's character like talking to Darth Maul.
it's just-
Like, what have they done with that? It's been 5 years and we haven't seen either of them again. Like, why? If you don't have future plans, why would you include that as like the post-credit scene?
But like, what do you put them as future plans though? Like in Rebels?
I don't know. Like,
But, like-
I thought they were gonna like make a movie or like a show or something.
Maybe
with,
they
like-
have. They probably announced it 20 bloody years ago
Yeah.
and still haven't done anything about it. But yeah, I get what you mean. Amelia Clark's character, I mean, she's hot, but she
That's about it.
that's about it. Like, I didn't find her character. I didn't find the love between Solo and her like good.
Yeah, it wasn't super believable.
Yeah.
For number 9, I have. Yeah, people aren't gonna like that one either. The Empire Strikes Back.
No, you have all the original trilogy at the bottom.
Yeah.
You're
Now, I do think it's the best of the original trilogy. I'll give it that much.
How can you say Rise of Skywalker is better than the original trilogy?
Well, it is. Okay, no, but listen. The reason I don't like it is the same reason I don't like the rest of the original trilogy. The effects haven't aged well. Just visually, it hasn't aged well, and the story I don't think has aged well. I think it's the best of the original trilogy, but I don't like any of the original trilogy, so it's 9th. Now, I understand that everyone likes that movie and the original trilogy as a whole, but I honestly believe that is just people's nostalgia more than their actual thoughts on the film. Like, I think if you guys, or you, because you're a hater, went and rewatched the original trilogy like now,
I'm a hater.
and don't give it like exceptions because it's an older movie. Just watch it and expect from it what you would expect from a Star Wars movie that came out today. I think you guys will understand where I'm coming from, because it's actually bad. It genuinely is just bad. I think
That's
fair.
so stupid.
I think that's fair.
But okay, sure, yeah. Fucking retarded. So number 8, I have Attack of the Clones.
Mental.
I don't
8.
think it's bad though. It's not bad, but I think everything else I have on my list is just a little bit better than Attack of the Clones.
I can see what you're saying.
The romance.
There's no
is-
way there's 7 Star Wars movies better than Attack of the Clones.
I think there is though, because
No chance.
I think the romance really hurts it a lot. The Anakin and Padme scenes are so I just don't want to watch it.
I don't mind. The only bits I don't really like is when they're on Tatooine, because like when they're at Naboo the first and second time, I enjoy that more. It's like fun, and I think just the setting of Naboo makes it good.
I mean, the setting on Naboo is great. It looks good, but
Like,
they're
he
still.
floats the little pear to her, and she grabs it with the fork. It's so cute.
I don't know. For me, the romance just doesn't work. I feel there's no chemistry. It feels like he is just forced to just like her. You know, like I just don't like it. They really bring it down. Jango Fett is one of my favorite characters in all of Star Wars.
Yeah.
But it's annoying because he's only in it for like 6 minutes,
Yeah, that's fair.
which is it's frustrating.
It'd be good if they used him more, because
Yeah.
he's literally like
The clone
DNA that they
yeah,
used
he's
to
the
cl-
ten,
they
he's
made
like
the clones
he's so important.
Yeah.
but he's so just not important at the same time.
Yeah, like the clones are such a big part of Star Wars, but we don't get to see like barely
The
anything
maker.
of what
Yeah.
what they're inspired from.
It's just he's done poorly, and like I wish I could give like a point to Attack of the Clones because of Jango Fett, because I like how dope he is, and
Yeah.
he's the first Mandalorian you see in
Yeah.
Star Wars, full stop.
Yeah.
But like he's just done so poorly, and
Yeah.
I don't like that.
That's fair.
The clones, like, they look good, but like I guess I felt like it was a bit cheated that they were all CGI.
I guess like it would have been nice if
Yeah.
they had. Obviously, they can't have like the whole clone
Oh,
army
yeah,
be real
like-
people, but like for the close-up shots, it would have been nice if they
And
used like real costumes.
there is a lot of close up shots,
Yeah.
like with the clones, but like it just like as a kid watching it, I was just like I thought it looked great, but that's because
Yeah,
you
you
just
didn't
don't
know.
understand. But like when I like rewatched it again when I was like a bit older and I understand it more, I'm like yeah, they do look a bit just smooth.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They
like
look
stormtroopers and even in the original trilogy
Yeah.
and in the new trilogy, like they look good because they're real people.
Yeah. They
With real
just
costumes.
They look just so they're too smooth and too
Yeah, there's no like texturing on the costumes,
and
it's distracting.
yeah, that's the. But yeah, that's why I got that as number 8.
Yeah, that's fair. My number 8, I've got. I think this is a reasonable one. I don't think this is super outlandish. I've got The Last Jedi.
I mean,
It's not as bad as like the amount of hate it gets,
but you're still.
but it's also, it gets hate for a reason. It's not a good movie.
But you still think you still think Rise of Skywalker is better than Last Jedi?
Yes, 100% yes. Like the only thing that pushed The Last Jedi ahead for me was like I like the stuff with Luke and Rey, like him not wanting to train her and then him training her, like that sort of stuff, and like the flashbacks to when he was training Kylo. That's fun. And I feel like because it's sort of like the in-between movie, like they're not introducing all these new characters like in Force Awakens, but they also don't have to wrap up the story like the 9th one. So they've got more time to just sort of expand on the characters and give them more backstory and like have more like, fun scenes, which is why I do enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
But it is, it's also still not great. Like Rose is a terrible character. But Leia I don't even enjoy in that movie.
Yeah, but like Rise of Skywalker, man,
Is better. It's better than Last Jedi. I'm confident with that. I'm completely confident. It's just better.
Okay.
It's a more enjoyable film.
Well, for my number 7,
Yeah.
I have Last Jedi.
Okay, so we're pretty close on that.
We're close, but
I think that's like the only one we'll ever agree on.
It's the only one we'll ever agree on. I don't agree that Rise of Skywalker is so high up your fucking list, though. That is criminal. Look, with Last Jedi, it does have its problem. Rose is a bad character. The casino thing was bad.
Yeah.
Like,
I forgot about that. Yeah.
like there's a lot of bad, but I think there's still a lot of good in it. There's still like you said, I like how like Luke has a proper reason why he doesn't want to train anymore.
Yeah.
Rey's like development in the Force is great. I think we've got some of the best designs for spaceships. Like at the and it's quick. It's a quick pace at the start. Normally it's like the slow, like, oh, there's a ship slowly moving. No, it literally, like, once you get the planet, like, you see what planet they're on, boom, everyone's rushing. It's like the First Order's here.
Yeah.
And then you get the dreadnought scene. And then with Poe, how he's, like, flying around, taking all, like, it's great. The CGI looks great.
Yeah.
I'll never understand why the fuck they're trying to do a bombing run outside of space. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
It doesn't.
But, there's a lot of shit. I don't like the pink chick. She's like another general chick. She's in like a pink dress. She talks down to Poe. She's like, you naughty boy.
The one that like
you naughty
crashes into them at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was a bad character.
I didn't she was this character of such importance, and she's got like this great connection with Leia and stuff, and it's meant to be like a big heroic sacrifice. No one knows who she was until that movie.
I didn't like her.
She'd never been talked about or introduced before then. We're meant to care that she kills herself.
I think that's her first time, but they do her character so bad. Like, I get like when she was like talking about like what you did, Poe, was stupid, which it is stupid.
Yeah.
So many people died unnecessarily.
Yeah.
So I get her just talking down on him. It's like, yeah, cool, you destroyed a fucking dreadnought ship. So what? Look outside the window. There's a fucking twice the size one out there. Smoke's bloody flagship, which was dope as fuck. I love how massive and just it's so cool. It's literally just a mobile base.
It is very good.
It is a dope ship. But like, I get her just going like, you're just some trigger happy motherfucker. Yeah. Like, because that's true.
Which is fair.
It was just fair. He did something stupid. He killed a lot of fucking people.
Yeah.
There's no point. He destroyed one big ship. Oh yeah, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Yeah, look outside the fucking window again, motherfucker. Stupid. I like the planet where it's like the red dust.
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah. Dope as fuck. I love that.
It's such a cool visual, like when they were
visually
flying their things.
Oh, it's so good visually.
Cutting up
and it's like I don't understand their ship, like their ship design, like the speeder.
Yeah, I don't really I don't understand what it was.
I don't get it,
but it looks cool.
but it looks cool. So
I don't care. I'll take it.
I'll take it. And like, that's when you get to see like the first order version of the AT-ATs. Like
Yeah.
the big fucking gorilla basically, which was dope as fuck.
It had like some of the best visuals because like that stuff with the sand, and then also like when they kill Snoke and Rey and Kylo were fighting the
Oh yeah,
what are they, the Sith Guard, Red Guard?
Sith Guard.
Yeah, like they're fighting them and they're like,
Rewatching it though, I hate that fight scene because it's so messy. There's scenes in it where literally people like the Sith troopers just fall over.
well,
And like
shit
the
happens.
like
Shit
the,
happens.
like the choreography is just messy. Like a lot of it's so like you can tell they just planned it, but like they hadn't practiced it that much.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of parts where like Rey would be blocking, and then a trooper will come in and like sort of just sit there and wait, and then like he's sort of like looking around, like looking at like the other stunt doubles and shit, going like, so like, is it my go yet? And then Rey will push him. I was like, okay, now I go and attack and
Yeah.
oh, push back. Like it was stupid. The only dope thing about that scene was when Kylo throws his lightsaber to Rey, and then Rey throws it to Kylo, and
Yeah,
he
that was-
turns it off
that was
in
really
the guy's face.
That was really cool.
That was cool. But like that,
I just like it's so cinematic.
It's
'Cause like, in
cinematic.
slow mo. It's like the red clashing with the lightsabers.
yeah, it's cinematic. But
It's in-
like, I think
all the sparks and stuff. It's cool.
if the choreography was better, I think that would have been one of the best just one of the best fight scenes of all Star Wars.
Yeah,
But because it just felt so like messy, it didn't do it.
yeah,
But,
that's fair.
yeah. That's my number 7.
Number 7 for me, I've got Solo.
Fuck off! No! You still haven't said Rise of Skywalker!
I've got Solo. I think that's another fair one. That's like right in the middle of the pack, pretty much.
That's in the middle of the pack.
It's like,
Why do you like Solo?
why do I like it?
Yeah.
I really like Lando,
Yeah.
and I like seeing. I really like where Han met Chewie, and seeing like them form their relationship for the first time.
Like the mud planet.
Yeah, and then like just like
I wish
throughout-
we saw more of that mud planet. Cause that looked like it was like looked like World War like 2.
It was cool what was going on.
Yeah.
Like there was just all these explosions and shit. But like just seeing, because obviously him and Han and Lando already knew each other,
Yeah.
which like it's sort of a shame because it's meant to be his like origin story.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to see him and Lando like how they first met, as well as how him and Chewie
I'm
first met.
sensing that you just like Lando
How can you not like Lando?
in that whole movie.
Like honestly, I think Lando would have made a better like main character.
What do you think it should have been called? A Lando, a Star Wars story?
I just think like Lando should have been like the Han Solo of the original trilogy. Like he's more interesting. He's more charismatic.
Oh. So you reckon Lando should have replaced Han
Yeah.
Solo? Oh. That is very controversial.
I don't mind it being controversial.
I've never heard anyone say that.
I'm pretty comfortable with that opinion. He's
Ooh.
better. Like if Leia was into Lando, I can buy that. I can't buy her being into Han. He doesn't have like the charisma that he thinks he has.
Okay.
And like it's a character that you could actually replace because it's not like a Jedi or something that they have powers. Like they're both just like
Gamblers.
yeah with blasters. That's it. That's all they need.
That's fair.
I think Lando's the better gambler with a blaster.
Fair enough. Well, for my number 6, I've got Return of the Jedi.
Okay, I mean it's dog shit, but
I-
I'm glad you have it at the bottom of the original trilogy.
It is the worst out of all of them.
Yeah,
Not because of the Ewoks.
I mean they're not good.
They're not good, but like it is. I feel like it's the weaker one. I think the best scenes is like nearly like the 50-minute, like the last 50 minutes of the movie.
Yeah,
So them actually executing the plan to go to the Death Star 2, the ship battle, and like just the scenes with like Luke and Vader before they go to Like when Luke just goes, I'm just going to surrender to Vader.
Yeah.
And like him just going like, I know you're my father, and he's just like, and like just that whole like them two just together,
Yeah.
not fighting, they're just talking in an elevator, and it's like you can see like Darth Vader going like, fuck, why did I have to have a fucking son? He's just like, like it's good seeing them together.
That's definitely like the best part of the film is like Luke and Vader together.
Yeah.
Like all of their scenes together is
And then I think
the only interesting part of that movie.
And then the throne room with when it's them two and Emperor Palpatine, I love that.
Yeah.
Just that whole part. But like Return of the Jedi also.
Like I think if they used Vader more, it would have been a better movie.
But I mean, I feel like you could just, if you use Vader more in every movie, like
Well,
every Star Wars movie would just be fucking better.
You use Vader more then. You know, what's stopping you?
Exactly. But yeah. That's
fair.
Yeah.
I just looked and I forgot already. Number 6. Number 6, I have The Phantom Menace.
Nah.
I think it's the weakest of the prequels.
Okay.
But it's like, yeah, it's a good movie. I thoroughly enjoy it. I think from like here onwards, like from 6 and up, these are all like good movies in my opinion. I can watch them, enjoy them. I'm not going to be bored, nothing. Like they're all good. But yeah, I think it's having Anakin be young really limits them
Yeah.
in what they can do, which is why it's not as good as like the rest of the prequels. But you do get Qui-Gon, which is a really good character.
Yeah.
You get like the introduction to the Jedi Order, to Coruscant, all like these fun things that people are familiar with now. But like they had to introduce all of them and make them.
It was
good,
big,
and they did their job correctly.
Yeah,
because it was all good. But yeah, I think it's pretty middle of the pack Star Wars film. I'm comfortable with that.
Rise of Skywalker's way too high on your fucking list.
I just love seeing your face every time I say what my next one is and it's not Rise of Skywalker.
It's already outrageous. Like, I'm telling you, it's already outrageous. Well, for my number 5, I got Revenge of the Sith.
Number 5?
Number 5, I think the love story between Anakin and Padme drag it down yet again.
Number 5?
Number 5.
So you're telling me there is 4 movies better than Revenge of the Sith?
Yes, I think so.
4.
But basically, okay, so for me personally, from 11 to 9, they're like shit movies.
Yeah.
From 8 to 5, they're pretty damn good movies.
Yeah.
But from like 4 to 1, they're fantastic. I love them a lot.
I get that, but I don't know how you don't put Revenge of the Sith as being fantastic. It's so good.
I don't know. I can't justify it.
Everything from the start of that movie to the end, there's no like bad part. It's all good. It doesn't ever drop in quality. It's just perfection from start to finish. Seeing Anakin like turn to the dark side, like
yeah, but you don't see that until much later.
But it's in that movie.
It's in
like that's a part of the movie. Like seeing.
But like it's still, I think like from Anakin and Padme's, their love hasn't like I just can't like they're not good, just not good in general. But then like when Anakin and Emperor Palpatine scenes, I don't like that much. I like the part when he's talking about Darth Plagueis.
Yeah.
Like that's just an iconic scene, I think.
For the memes though.
For the memes. but like all the other ones I don't really like, and I don't really like when he's like you're the like Sith Lord, and then he goes over and tells Mace Windu.
Yeah.
Like Mace Windu is another character I just don't like in this. I don't like him. I like.
You don't like Mace Windu?
I like Mace Windu, but I don't like him in the third movie. He just, I don't know. I just don't really enjoy him too much.
I don't understand how you can't like Revenge of the Sith. I mean, not like it, but how you have it at 5. Like that's just so low.
Well, like between 5 and 4, like They're like so close together.
You should have swapped whatever 4 is. You should have swapped them. Whatever.
Maybe, but
you
like
swapped them.
I don't know.
Revenge of the Sith is so.
It
good.
is so good. So what's your number 5 then?
My number 5. Let's have a look. Okay, Rise of Skywalker. Number 5.
That's so high though.
It's not.
What's so
Okay,
good? What's
listen,
good about it?
listen,
I'm
listen,
listening. I'm
listen.
listening.
Dialogue wise, the writing is bad. I can admit that. I can acknowledge that.
Okay.
But I'm also able to look beyond that and enjoy the movie. Because as far as... I know some people don't like it, but as far as fan service goes, it's really good.
Like?
What do you mean, like? Everything... The end... Where... Okay, Palpatine coming back doesn't make any sense. But Palpatine coming back as far as a beloved character... Amazing fan service.
This who doesn't mean...
Kylo Ren just like turning back into Ben Solo and you know, being a Jedi doesn't make any sense. But as far as fan service, it's so good. Rey hearing the voice of like every single like iconic Jedi from like all the other films doesn't make any sense. No character's ever had it happen to them before. It's not like there's Force Ghosts there. She's just hearing them all apparently. Doesn't make any sense. But as far as fan service goes, it is so good and so cool to see. The flying stormtroopers doesn't make any sense, but it's so fun. It's so cool to see. Lando coming back, so good. The end where they're going up to fight them, and like it cuts to all of the ships coming out of hyperspace. That is one of the coolest scenes, because it's like in 8, they call for help, and Leia's like, no one's coming, like no one wants to help us. But in 9. When they all jump out of hyperspace, you're not even acknowledging what I'm saying.
I am.
You're so like.
I am.
You're so,
I am.
You're so sure of it being a bad movie. You're not even willing to.
I am. I'm listening to it. I just think all the points that you brought up are so fucking stupid. It's unbelievable. All those points, that's not a reason why it should be number fucking 5.
Absolutely, it is.
So you're basically just gonna miss out Emperor returning not making sense, people knowing that he's returned not making sense. You're gonna take out the point of fucking just Finn's character getting destroyed. You're gonna get rid of fucking just everything. The whole plot is so sloppy. You're gonna literally you're looking at a bowl of shit right now, and you're literally just going, "Oh look, there's a bit of corn in that shit. I'm gonna take that and eat it." That's what you've done right now.
No.
There's a pile of shit, and you see a little bit of corn that's left over, and you're like, yum,
enjoyable.
yum.
It is so good.
Okay, what about the scene with Poe's fucking random friend when they go to that one fucking planet?
What about it?
What, you're just gonna be like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah?
Rey and fucking Kylo, like, teleporting between each other.
Yeah?
The fucking knife to the Death Star?
I'm not saying it makes sense. I'm saying it's enjoyable.
How?
How is it not enjoyable?
It literally, that
you get
movie,
to see the Death Star again. That's so fun.
Are you fucked?
You get to find
No!
like, an ancient Sith, like... I don't even know, like... Machine? I don't know. An ancient Sith something. That's so fun. C-3PO gets like rewired to like be able to speak the ancient Sith language. That's so fun. None of that movie makes any sense, but it is so fun and enjoyable.
That
it
movie
still is
managed to
number 5.
shit on everything Star Wars.
That's fine. That's fine. Because it's good. It's good. So I don't care. I don't care if it makes
So what
all
you're
the other,
telling me,
the other
you
movies look
sat in
bad.
that fucking theater, watched that movie, and
Yeah.
was like, I fucking love it.
Yeah. And then I watched it again, and I thought the same thing. And I watched it a third time, and I thought the same thing.
Nah, fuck you. That is so dumb. That's ridiculous. That is
I could watch it 10 more times,
Fuck
and my
off.
opinion will not change.
fuck it, I'm skip. Okay, number 4. I'm going to number 4. That is, that is so fucked. You are actually fucked. You are so fucked. I thought me saying Spider-Man was bad was like a bit
It was.
You're saying he's
I'm just saying one movie that people don't like is good. You were arguing.
no, not just people. A whole fucking fan base, a whole community as a whole don't like that movie.
But I do.
Anyway, number 4, I've got New Hope. I've got A New Hope.
Oh no. Wait a minute. you have A New Hope over Revenge of the Sith. That's the one you wouldn't swap?
I could swap.
You will swap. What do you mean? How is A New Hope better than Revenge of the Sith in any way?
Story's better. It's a classic.
Story's better.
Yeah,
Story's better.
I like the story.
How is the story better?
Story's so much more fun.
How is it more fun? They're fucking on a desert planet for like an hour, and then they're on the Death Star, not doing anything. They're just there, existing. They're like, oh, it's a Death Star. Okay.
Look, I am willing to switch around New Hope and Revenge of the Sith
As in, like, you'll put Revenge of the Sith at 4 and you'll put New Hope at like 11?
at 5.
11?
At 5.
Because it's terrible.
Will you switch Rise of Skywalker?
Absolutely not.
You're fucked, so fuck you. That's why. This is the only reason why I'm not gonna switch him now. Fucking dumb fuck. Look, A New Hope has a special place in my heart because that was the very first Star Wars movie that I ever watched, and that is the movie that got me into Star Wars.
This is the problem with you people. This is my point. You are looking at this movie because of the nostalgia it brings you. It was the first Star Wars movie I ever watched, and I still put that shit at fucking 10. It is not good.
I enjoy.
I liked it the first time I watched it when I was 10 as well.
Between me and you, the thing that we don't like, that we will probably never look eye to eye on, is that I don't mind that the CGI is not how it is now.
Yeah.
That's a big difference between me and you.
But story-wise, it's also
Story
not how it is
wise,
now.
I like the story more. I like their character development more.
You're fucked.
Their character's so much better. Seeing Darth Vader and like Ben Kenobi, both of them were dope as fuck. The Death Star itself, just them raiding the Death Star, which is so fucking beautiful.
You haven't even...
Having Obi-Wan's Force Ghost talking to Luke, saying like you can do it and stuff, and then he does it. Like, it's great.
You're going to
It
have
is great.
two of the original trilogy in your top 5.
Yep.
That is just...
And you're gonna have Rise of Skywalker.
Absolutely, I'm going to have it at number 5. Every
Well,
day
guess
of the
what?
week.
You're a bit fucked. But
How do you have two of the original trilogy in the top 5?
because they're so good.
Do you like falling asleep while you're watching films?
Do you like eating fucking shit? Apparently you
If you're
do.
referring to Rise of Skywalker, then yes, I do.
What's your number 4?
My number 4 is Rogue One. Number 4.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I think... Obviously, there's not a lot to go off, but it's the best standalone Star Wars film. But it's... Because it was the first one, I feel like it was more interesting. Because we were so used to just seeing the Skywalker saga. Like
you're more, you liked it more because it was outside of a saga.
yeah, like it was cool to see them, like it was themes that you're familiar with, like the Death Star, and like obviously they still got Vader in it and stuff. The Empire.
Yeah.
And it's right before A New Hope, so it's things that we're like familiar with, but it's seeing it from a completely different perspective. Like you're not seeing it from the eyes of like, oh, there's these heroes. There's like they're gonna crash into the Death Star and steal these plans and all this shit.
Yeah.
You know, they're Jedi. They've got these powers. It's like no, it's just regular people that want to stop the Empire.
Yeah.
And I think it does a really good job. Probably the best in Star Wars where they show like the strength of the Empire. I feel like for such a dominant empire, most of the movies make them look pretty weak.
Mm.
But in Rogue One, they actually look strong because like seeing how much of a threat they are to just everyday people is really eye-opening, and seeing like the first use of the Death Star, and like because it wasn't made in 1977, it's not just like a little planet exploding. Like I can actually do the CG from on the planet and seeing like the entire thing crumble and burst into flames. Like it's one of the coolest scenes in Star Wars, and it shows how like strong the Death Star and the Empire actually are, which I think the original trilogy could have done with, showing the Empire be a bit stronger than what they were. And also just the characters that it introduced, like Jyn Erso was really good.
Yeah.
Cassian Andor, really good. The droid, K2,
Oh yeah.
whatever they're called.
He's fun.
Yeah, really fun. Like a droid with like...
Personality.
Yeah, but not like C-3PO where it's just like, I want to punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Like it's actually like a likable personality.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Everything about that movie is so good. And like the whole like battle on Scarif, like visually and
It's great.
from a story point of view, it's so good. And then they introduced like you know, however many main characters there are in Rogue One, and by the end they're all dead. Like,
Yeah.
that's so different to see from a movie, especially from a Star Wars movie. Like, it was so cool to see though. So
So
number
that's
Rogue One.
number 4. Because I got Rogue One as number 3.
Okay, yeah,
I think it's so grounded and so grim.
yeah,
Like it's like the darkest side of Star Wars that we haven't yet seen, and honestly, I don't think has been replicated yet.
yeah,
Maybe Andor, because Andor is sort of a similar.
yeah. But it's a show.
It's a show.
I feel like it's harder to do it in a movie, so the fact
Yeah.
that they did do it makes it better.
But it's like I wish they did more Rogue One. Like when a solo story got announced, I was like, great, they're gonna do another Rogue One,
Yeah,
which they didn't. And Rogue One, it's so good.
yeah,
Like, and the thing is, because they're new characters that you've never seen before, you know what's gonna happen to them.
yeah,
You know, like, well, you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know, like, that's the thing. You don't know what's gonna happen to them. With
Yeah.
characters that you already do know, of course you can, like, when Obi-Wan, Anakin, you already knew what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
From the original to the prequel, like, you know what's gonna happen to
like
them.
that's the thing is like because they jump around.
Yeah.
It's like all the prequels, like there was never any threat of Anakin dying or Obi-Wan dying or Padme not having her kids.
But just in general, can you imagine just, like, a Jedi dying in general? Like, you'd still be like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Like, I got all this power, but they can still get shot? Like, it's a bit weird. But, like, in Rogue One, like, mate, if they get shot, they're dead.
Yeah.
They're dead.
It's not like they've just got like a lightsaber that they can just deflect all these
Yeah,
things
no,
with.
they're gonna...
Like
they're
a
dead.
single blaster is a serious threat to
And
them.
like you said, like the Empire, like it's the best adaptation of the Empire.
Yeah.
It is their best like showing of how powerful and how menacing they are just to normal people.
Yeah.
Like, and like it's also good to see how rebellions are also sort of they're scared of them.
Yeah.
You know, by the time it gets to A New Hope, they've already they were scared, but they also had a plan. This
Yeah.
is like them. They still don't have fucking no plan.
Yeah.
Sol Guerrero was the only one that was really fighting, but like again, he kind of goes a bit psycho
Yeah.
because he straight up just kills innocents just to take on the Empire. But like, it's the best, and like all the new characters, like the blind dude, he's so fun.
Yeah.
I love him so much. He's great, and even the other guy, his like friend, he is dope as fuck.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite characters in that movie. Because he's just fucking dope.
Yeah.
He just walks around with a big Gatling gun in his hand and just like, what's up, motherfuckers? I'll kill ya.
Yeah.
I'll just kill ya.
And with the blind guy, it was so cool to see like a different use of the Force.
He is definitely force sensitive.
Yeah.
Like, but that like,
But like he wasn't like
He's
a
not a-
Jedi where
he's
he's
not a
like doing
Jedi.
flips and
Yeah.
like he doesn't have a lightsaber, he's not force pushing anyone.
but
He's just using it to like heighten his senses.
Yeah, which is it's great. I love that, and like that ending of just like the Death Star rolls up and he's
Yeah.
just like, and they're just like, fucking shoot at it. We've got probably another planet like this. Let's
Yeah.
blow that crap. Because they're like, oh, Scarrett's got all of like all the secret projects, the plans, and then you got like Tarkin just going like, fuck it, just blow it up.
Yeah.
Fuck it, like. I'd rather blow that whole planet up with everyone on it, including my own troops,
Yeah.
than losing the Death Star plans to rebels.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. And then, that hallway scene of Darth Vader.
So good.
That's like the first like Darth Vader. That's the best Darth Vader you will ever see in Star Wars history.
Yeah.
The Obi-Wan series doesn't do him justice.
Yeah.
This movie does. And he's in it, again, for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's why Darth Vader is the best villain of any franchise out there. He's dope. Controversial, but it's fine.
That's a big call to just
Look, he's one.
just drop
I
like it's
think-
nothing.
I think he is one of the strongest villains in like cinematic history.
Okay.
Like he's up there with like Thanos, you know.
Yeah, he's one of the best. If you said
He's not the very best because I don't think.
Okay, good.
I don't think there's a very best villain in any universe.
okay,
You're probably because you're a Marvel fan. You're probably like Thanos is the best.
yeah, I don't have to give it a proper think if I had to settle on one.
Yeah, but like just that hallway scene, he's so menacing, and it's just
Yeah,
I love that.
like seeing him go up against just like rebels rather than just having like you know, like most of the time we see him,
He's
he's
just
fighting
fighting.
other Jedi.
Yeah.
But seeing him like at his actual strength, where he's just slashing down people with
He is
one go.
no care in the world.
Yeah.
Like he's like using like fucking 2% of his power.
Yeah, like he's not even trying.
Oh,
It's so good.
that's my third.
Okay, my number 3, I have The Force Awakens.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a really good film.
Yep.
It's a shame that they couldn't follow on from what The Force Awakens set up.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
if the
the other
last
ones-
trilogy was, if they were all of the same quality as The Force Awakens, then it'd probably be the best trilogy in Star Wars.
100%.
But even with how the rest of them ended up, I can still look at The Force Awakens on its own
Yeah.
and enjoy how good it is.
Yep.
Like Ray and Finn are like the main characters of that trilogy, and they're both at their best in that movie. Kylo's at his best in that movie.
Yep.
Snoke, when he's still like mysterious,
Yeah.
it's because like
I wish they kept him mysterious.
like I remember when it came out and people spent like 2 years trying to figure out like who Snoke could have been.
Yeah.
It was either who Snoke was or who Rey's parents were. Like
Yeah.
they were such big mysteries, and because they hadn't like ruined them with The Last Jedi yet, it was still like people cared. People still wanted to know, and it was such there was such intrigue about it, and like bringing Han Solo back, but not bringing Han Solo back was a good choice, but also killing him off I think was a good choice.
Yep.
Because I think he would have gotten stale if he was in the whole, like with Leia, she got stale.
Yeah.
Like Luke was good because I only really used him in one movie, and Han Solo was good because I only really used him in one movie. I think that's the right way to do it if you're going to bring back these characters from
Yeah.
the other trilogies. It's hard to pinpoint like one good thing about that movie because it's all so good.
Yeah. Well, because I've got The Force Awakens as my number 2.
Okay, yeah,
Because, like, I remember, like, it was, like, one of the first Star Wars movies to come out in, like, years.
yeah,
And, like, just that anticipation of it. It was just like, oh my god, we're actually getting a Star Wars movie.
yeah,
Holy shit, it's going to be a Star Wars movie? Like, that's insane. And it delivered.
yeah. Like there was so much hype around it,
There was so much hype.
and it actually lived up to it.
It lived up to it. Seeing Rey, seeing Finn, them two at their best. Poe, I preferred him as that sort of side like a side character, but he's also a main character.
Yeah,
He becomes main character in, like, you know, Last Jedi and then Rise of Skywalker, which is his worst thing.
yeah.
Because his whole thing is just being a good pilot. And that's really it.
He doesn't need like
He doesn't need to be a main.
a backstory,
Yeah.
really.
And so they're just those three alone, they're like done great. Seeing Han Solo again and like Chewie, it was just like, fuck man, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Seeing Kylo Ren and like at that time, that was the first unique lightsaber we've ever seen. The crossguard. People may say it doesn't really make sense, but it looks fucking dope.
and like that's what they opened the movie with, was like him and the troopers like slaughtering that whole village,
like the new
And he, like-
stormtroopers, and you're like, oh damn, like what the fuck's happening here? And then he just catches the bolt.
Yeah,
And it's like,
and like like when Poe shot at him, and he
Yeah.
just like freezes him. It's like, oh shit, this is like
it's like fuck.
I don't want to mess with him. And BB-8, like
BB-8 as like I like BB-8.
is, other than like R2, he's probably the best droid in Star Wars.
Yeah,
Like he's so fun.
yeah,
He's such a fun character. And I
Visual-
love his design.
yeah.
Like he's not just a droid that just rolls. Like he's got the whole like
His whole body rolls.
yeah, he's like a ball.
It's unique. It's fun. The whole movie itself looks great.
Yeah,
The only thing I think I don't like is the story of having the Starkiller base, like another Death Star.
Yeah.
like it's like, okay, we've done it twice now.
Yeah, I
This
think
is
its
the-
only
this is the
problem
third-
was that
this
it
is the
was
third time.
really similar to
Yeah,
like, A New
the
Hope.
whole plot was pretty much A New Hope,
Yeah,
which
well, I mean, done better, but it was still
yeah,
it had already been done.
it's already
so
been done. I was
It felt
hoping-
very familiar.
Yeah, I think maybe if they replaced Starkiller Base with Snoke's flagship, and that was like that ship, I think that would have been great. and like them just being a menace to the rebellion, because it's weird from going from the Force Awakens where they lost, like the First Order lost the Force Awakens,
Yeah.
and then start Last Jedi off like the Republic is fucking lost as a whole.
Yeah.
And it's like, that doesn't make sense. How'd they come from beating them to losing them?
Yeah, like, what
I feel like there must have been like a movie in between that just didn't. So I think it would have been better if we had that ship come in, they think they're winning, but then they do lose.
Yeah.
And then it's you can still have the scene of Kylo, Finn, Rey in the forest, and Rey becoming that spark of a Jedi. You know, like that whole, when that happened, because I thought Finn was going to be the Jedi,
Yeah.
because he was the poster, he was the one holding the lightsaber.
Yeah,
so
they showed in the trailer like him having the
assume,
lightsaber.
but then seeing Rey use the Force and grab the lightsaber, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell? It was just so unexpected. And that emotional scene on the bridge with Kylo and Han, the whole just like, I don't know if I'm strong to do it. It's like, do it, son. Like, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
Just fucking stabs him.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what the fuck? And he
What just happened?
throws him off that cliff. He's dead.
Yeah.
Ain't doing no Palpatine bullshit.
No, he's
dead.
actually dead.
He's dead. And then seeing like Chewie just fucking like it's just sad and like,
Yeah.
it was so emotional. Like
And
that,
then like the ending where she finds Luke.
that was great.
Like the whole point of the whole
the whole point
rebellion's
of getting the
aim,
of getting the map and stuff,
and then actually seeing Luke again after 30 years, 40 years.
yeah,
It was so cool. It was so good.
yeah,
Such a good film.
amazing.
My number 2, I have Revenge of the Sith.
Yep. Oh really? As your number 2?
Yeah.
I thought that would have been your number 1.
No. I mean, it's very close. It is
Yeah.
a very good film. That's,
Okay.
that's why I'm offended you have it at 5. But yeah,
Anyway.
it's so good. Everything about it is so good. I love Anakin turning to the dark side. Like, he starts the movie as, you know, a Jedi. He's fighting, but then, you know, Palpatine tells him to kill Dooku, and he does it. And then Palpatine's talking to him for the movie, and he's sort of influencing him, and he's having these nightmares, and Palpatine's like, oh, you can stop people from dying. And then he turns, and he slaughters all the children. He slaughters all the children.
That's just a fucking meme though. That's just a fat meme.
He slaughters all of them. It's so good.
Okay.
Order 66 is like the best scene in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Not just in that movie, but like every time they show Order
Yeah.
66, it's like the best thing that's happened in Star Wars. And that's where it started. Seeing like all these clone troopers just start attacking Jedi and actually killing them. It's not just like they attacked them and then the Jedi were fine. Like, they actually killed this big, huge Jedi army that we'd been introduced to over 3 movies. Like, all of a sudden they're all dead. Like, who lives? Yoda lives.
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan lives. That's it. Everyone else.
The only two that they show anyway.
Yeah. Like, it was just so... And because it wasn't just like... They didn't just show... like Yoda getting attacked. They cut to like all these different Jedi in different
Yeah.
places, and all of them getting like turned on and killed.
Yeah.
The final fight on Mustafar visually is so cool. Like, they're on a fucking giant volcanic planet, and they're just like floating like on these little like rocks floating on lava. It's one of the best like lightsaber duels in all of Star Wars. Seeing him like Anakin get sliced in half and burning, and like his transformation into Vader, and seeing the Vader suit for the first time is so cool. Padme dying, really, really good. Big fan of that. Big fan of that.
Yeah. Thank
Happy she
fuck.
didn't stick around.
Oh god.
But like, I mean, the first half of the movie is really good and really strong. Like the fighting and with Dooku,
Yeah.
and then like Anakin being on Coruscant and Obi-Wan like hunting down Grievous and killing him. That's all really good. But the second half of the movie is like some of the best shit Star Wars has ever done.
Yeah.
And it sets up, because it's like everything in Star Wars is pretty much set after
Yeah. After
the prequels.
Yeah.
And it sets up like the original trilogy, like where Yoda went into hiding, what happened with Obi-Wan, the introduction of Luke and Leia,
Yeah.
Like everything, it all gets set up in that movie. And seeing like this Republic that, you know, everyone loves the Republic. The prequels did a good job of making everyone love the Republic, and seeing it just fall. All the Jedi are gone now. It's an Empire now. Palpatine's evil. I know it wasn't like a huge twist. It's pretty obvious.
Pretty obvious.
But it's still
Fun.
cool to see.
Yeah.
Him go from like just being this, you know, senator to chancellor for a while, and then he's like this powerful Sith Lord.
Yeah.
It's very cool. And Anakin with his Sith eyes is like, and the scar and the long hair with his Jedi robes on is probably like the best looking character
Yep.
in Star Wars, I would say.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So number one,
Drum roll, please. I already know what it is.
An Empire Strikes Back.
Horrible.
Empire Strikes Back
Horrible.
is the best Star Wars movie in all of Star Wars.
No chance.
Yes, chance.
No chance.
Yes, chance.
They spend like the first like 40 minutes on Hoth.
And that was awesome.
It's not awesome.
It is. It is great.
If they spent like 15, 20 minutes on Hoth, it's awesome. 40 minutes of just snow, it gets old very quickly.
At least we didn't see. At least we saw fucking snow, and it wasn't fucking Tatooine.
Luke, like, at the start, just riding the fucking Tauntaun, and then, like,
Gets attacked by
attacked.
the Yeti thing.
What the fuck is that?
That was so scary though. That was great. I loved that.
Fucking having to crawl inside, like, cutting it open and crawling inside
Yeah.
of it. What the fuck is going on in this movie?
Survival tactics.
Everything on Hoth was, like, horrible,
I love
except for the
it.
introduction of the AT-ATs.
I love that. And then after all of that, how like dangerous the planet is itself, fucking the Empire rolling up. The AT-AT fight was the best fight ever.
No.
Seeing just the rebellion going, what the fuck? Seeing these huge fucking walkers just killing everyone. They can't do anything about it. Awesome. And then them making a creative way to fight such an imposing force. That's what the rebellion does. They find creative ways to defeat their enemies. And tying the legs was creative.
Spider-Man did it better in Civil War.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck though.
Spider-Man did it
We're
better.
not talking about Marvel though, so fuck you, alright?
Hey, if it's been done better, you can't call it the best.
Fuck you, it's the best. Alright? Then and that movie introduced your favourite character,
Who?
Lando.
He's not my favourite character.
Whoa, he's fucking is apparently!
I like him more than Han Solo. He's
yeah,
not my
fucking
favourite character.
apparently. Good luck with that one.
Yeah, the stuff on Cloud City is
Cloud City.
is good.
Fantastic. Luke going to see Yoda.
Good.
Incredible.
Yeah.
The training, the just like understanding the Force and like the past, present, and just him building Luke up to be in the future this super OP as balls Jedi.
Yeah.
You know, fantastic. The betrayal from Lando, like when the doors open and it's Darth Vader at the fucking end of the thing.
Yeah.
It was like, holy shit, the Empire is literally striking back.
Yeah.
Putting Han Solo in carbonite or whatever. Great scene. And then the fight with Luke and Darth Vader. Luke is nowhere close already to Darth Vader. Darth Vader is just holding back. The dialogue between the two when Luke is pretty much fucked. Arm cut off, holding on, fucking cliff. Luke, I am your father. The most iconic line in cinema.
Yeah.
Fantastic movie. The best Star Wars movie. And to this day, I still think, visually, it's still stunning. It's still beautiful.
Mental.
It's still beautiful.
No.
And it will always hold a special
Watch it.
place in my heart.
Watch it again.
I fucking will.
Watch it again, and you tell me that movie looks too beautiful still.
I will.
You've lost your mind.
That introduction of Boba Fett. Well, yeah, Boba
Yeah.
Fett.
That's cool.
Cool. Mysterious. Everyone was kind of surprised that he was going to show up in another movie.
Yeah.
They fucked him hard in the Book of Boba Fett. But we don't talk about him. In that, he's mysterious. He looks dope as fuck.
Yeah.
You know, his ship is dope as fuck. Just everything is dope as fuck in that movie. And it's another one of those movies where it's like, the bad guys win.
Yeah.
You know, and like that's what makes like Infinity War good. Bad guys win. Like the movie is called The Empire Strikes Back, not the Empire fucking wet towels them. No, the Empire came back and literally fucked up the rebellion. They destroyed one of their main fucking bases of operation. They took Han fucking Solo.
Yeah.
You know, they literally came after their bumholes, and that's how it should have been, and it's excellent.
I'm happy to say it's got some good parts. It's definitely, and I'm happy to say it's the best of the original trilogy. But calling it the best Star Wars movie of all time,
Yeah, but you calling Rise of Skywalker
Fuck.
number 5 is still stupid, but,
No.
you know, whatever.
that's very justified, I would say.
Okay, so then what's your number 1?
My number 1 is Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones. Now, I want to hear this. I want to know why you love Attack of the Clones so much.
Attack of the Clones, right, is such a good film. Okay, we have first of all, visually, like,
It's definitely a leg up of Phantom Menace.
incredible. All the stuff on Coruscant, the Coruscant at night when that bounty hunter tries to assassinate Padme, and then Anakin and Obi-Wan are chasing her through the streets of Coruscant at night, and they go to like these, you know,
So the-
all these lit up neon places,
Yeah.
and there's like all this air traffic, and they're like
Yeah.
jumping from pod to pod. Such a cool scene,
Yep.
visually and from an enjoyment point of view. The introduction of the clones. Some of the best clones are incredible. Introducing them is incredible. Camino as a planet is so good.
Yeah.
I love Obi-Wan like finding it, like the idea that there's like this planet that's been removed from like the Jedi archives, and it's
Yeah.
like all a big mystery, and Obi-Wan's got to like find it, and then when he gets there, like there's this whole like clone army. It's like, what the fuck? And it's been ordered for the Jedi. It's like, what do you mean it's been ordered for the Jedi? No one ordered it.
Yeah.
And then like you said when you were talking about it, Jango Fett, so good. The battle on Geonosis, incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. Like, it starts with just, you know, Obi-Wan, Anakin, Padme, like, being
Yeah.
tied up, and those creatures, which are fun. But then all these Jedi show up. Like, seeing so many Jedi in that pit with all their lightsabers turned on, just running at droids and slashing them all down. So good.
Yeah, yeah.
Mace Windu's at his best in that movie, because he doesn't need any dialogue. He just needs to show up with his purple lightsaber and look cool. Count Dooku dueling with
Anakin
and Obi-Wan, and then with Yoda, seeing Yoda actually have like
Actually do something.
actually have a duel.
Wrinkle ass.
The first time you see it,
Yeah.
so good. Like, seeing why he's like the most powerful Jedi that everyone respects, and he lives to 900. Actually seeing like his power, and not just he says some weird words in a weird order for once. Like,
Yeah.
we're meant to believe he's so good in the original trilogy. What the fuck does he do?
He's just so wise, man.
He just talks in a weird way, and then he dies. That's all he does. Actually seeing him like be useful and show his power, so good. Count Dooku is that, I mean, he gets introduced in that movie, but like,
Yeah.
I get it for story points, but I feel like it was a waste that they killed him straight away in Revenge of the Sith. So I liked him much more in Attack of the Clones, where he's
Yeah.
like, when Obi-Wan's been captured and he's trying to convince him that the Jedi are wrong. He's not just like being an evil Sith, which is
Yeah.
what you're used to, where he's just trying to kill him. He's like, no, I was a Jedi, but I saw how they were wrong. This is why I've turned. So good.
Clones.
Hey, why not? Let's talk about the clones. The clones are so good. Like, I know they don't look great with the CGI, but like when they show up in the Republic gunships, some of the best looking ships in Star Wars, when they show up in the Republic gunships at Geonosis,
Yeah.
and like, oh shit, this is why they made a clone army. And then like the scene when they're back on Coruscant, and like there's like just thousands and thousands of lines of clones
Yeah.
everywhere, and Yoda's like, "We got the clones have." It's so good. It's so good.
I love that.
Like, I think it's like the perfect Star Wars movie. There's absolutely nothing that they do wrong in that whole film, from start to finish.
Damn.
It's all good. And I know you don't like the romance on Naboo, but I reckon it's great. He doesn't like sand. He doesn't like
not
sand.
that fucking scene. Sand. I don't like sand. Gets in my shoes.
And the song at the end when they get married or when they're on Naboo, they play all the time. Like, it's so good. It's like, I mean, obviously all the themes in Star Wars are pretty iconic, but it's one of the best ones. I stand by that.
Well, we're gonna cut it off there then.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll be seeing you all soon with another episode, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Until then, peace out.
Peace out.